Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Diamond Youth Baseball 2024 Division II Ozone World Series. I am Chuck Zach, and we are coming to you live from the Tinsley Athletic Complex in Bossier City, Louisiana. Today is pool play for the 13 teams that are coming to us from across the South. This year's teams are the 11 state champions. They hail from Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia. And this field this year also includes the runner-up from South Carolina and the host team from Vivian, Louisiana. All the games are going to be played over the next 6 days. Are going to be played either on field 9 or 10 here at Tinsley Park. This is a double elimination tournament, but none of today's games are going to count against the losing teams. There will be 7 pool games played today to decide the matchups for tomorrow's first round of play. And here's the matchups for today. Our first games are going to pit Florida against North Carolina. That's on field 9, and you're watching us on field 10, where Georgia and Alabama are about to play. At 11:30, it'll be South Carolina taking on the host team from Vivian, Louisiana on field 9. And South Carolina is going to take on Louisiana on field 10. And at 1 o'clock, we'll have Texas against Virginia on field 9 and Mississippi taking on Tennessee on field 10. And we'll wrap up field play, our pool play rather, with Arkansas taking on Louisiana at 2:30 this afternoon. We are getting ready to roll, and what we're going to start with for you today is going to be the opener of this U12 Ozone Division II World Series. It'll be the team from Georgia. They are the visiting team against the team from Alabama, who are the home team. You can see them on the field in black. And we're going to get ready to roll, and first pitch on the way, and that's going to be a little bit low for ball 1. Batting for Georgia, that is Whit Walters. He's number 7, the shortstop. He'll be followed in the lineup by Fane Pate, the catcher. Swing and a miss, and that's a strike. Pitcher Brandy Johnson for Alabama with the strike. That's the first 2 pitches of this game. We've got a 1-1 count. Batting third for Georgia will be Landon Reeves. He's the first baseman. Batting fourth, Dixon Law, the pitcher. This one fouled out of play. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lane Nicolelli is the right fielder. He's batting 5th. Taylor Justice, extra hitter, will bat 6th. Cole Wilson in left field's batting 7th. Shaw Hopkins in the number 8 spots at second base. Third baseman's Weston Tucker as that pitch comes in a little bit high for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gray Suggs is an extra hitter. He's batting 10th. Brady Carroll's batting 11th. And center fielder Jude Davis batting 12th as Walters fouls off another pitch, and the count's still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Defensively, here is the lineup for the team from Alabama. Around the infield, Carson Grantham, number 1, is at first base. Bronner Deal is at second. Dawson Caminos is at short. Judson Bowden's at third. Colin Mims in left. Case Carpenter in center. Hudson Burkhart in right field as Walters fouls off another one. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Behind the plate is catcher Brody Smith, and on the mound is righty Brandy Johnson. So count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. That one's a swing and a miss, and there's our first out of the Ozone World Series. Walters goes down swinging. Those pitchers are limited in the number of pitches they can throw. 85's the max. The second hitter, Fane Pate now, the catcher. First pitch to him, a little low and outside for ball 1. So it's 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch on the way. That one just catches the outside part of the plate for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Fane Pate. Here's the pitch. That one foul tip, but it's strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Georgia team coached by Jake Walters. Todd Pate and Andrew Tucker are the assistants. Was a good-looking breaking ball that time from pitcher Brandy Johnson, who gets Fane Pate striking out swinging. That's a great-looking curve. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the first. And Georgia will send Landon Reeves to the plate. Team from Georgia hails from Ocilla. county seat of Irwin County, Georgia. Pitch inside corner for a called strike. Landon Reeves, the first baseman, didn't really like that as he backs out. Scylla founded back in 1880, incorporated as a town. 1897 became a city. 1902. Fastball, that one's fouled out, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Crowd making a little bit of noise. We've got 77 degrees here in Bossier City, Louisiana. 50% chance of rain all day until we get to about 5 o'clock. Pitch on the way, fastball misses. And it counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Scoreless ball game. Around the 90-minute time limit. But another breaking ball. That one just misses. So far, the first impression of Brandy Johnson is he's got a wicked breaking ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing on grounder wide of third base, and we'll come back and do that again. For Alabama, I was schooled on Alabama. They told me, even though on our roster we have Newton, it's actually Wicksburg, Alabama. So anybody back in Alabama listening, we know you're not Newton. Breaking ball. This one lifted into the air in center field, going back and not able to get to it. Case Carpenter. This is going to go all the way to the wall, coming around first and sliding into second, but he can't get there. He's out. So a single off the bat of Landon Reeves, but he's thrown out trying to take an extra base out of it, and that'll end the inning. For Georgia, there were no runs. 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. And we're coming back for the bottom of the first. As you're watching us here on Texarkana Game Day. All right, we'll welcome you back here to Texarkana Game Day. We're so proud to be able to bring you the broadcasts of this entire Ozone World Series here from Bossier. Of course, Diamond Youth Baseball dates all the way back to 1956. First Majors World Series was held in Alexandria, Louisiana, a little bit south of where we are. AAA World Series was added to the menu in 1998, and Ozone World Series first showed up in 2006, where Dothan, Alabama had the opportunity to host the very first Ozone World Series. All right, for the home team now, Alabama, here's how they're going to line up. It'll be Brody Smith, the catcher, leading things off. Justin Bowden at third base is batting second. Brandy Jordan, the pitcher, batting third. Grady Willis is batting fourth. Case Carpenter, the center fielder, hitting fifth. Jace Yakel, is hitting in the sixth spot. Hudson Burkhart is in right field. He's hitting seventh. It'll be second baseman Bronner Deal hitting eighth. Shortstop Dawson Caminos hitting in the 9 spot. First baseman Carson Grantham hitting 10th, and left fielder Colin Mims will bat 11th. As the team from Wicksburg, Alabama steps in, it'll be Brody Smith, the catcher, leading things off. He will face Dixon Law, the right-handed pitcher, whose first pitch catches the outside plate for strike one. Infield for Georgia, Landon Reeves at first, Shaw Hopkins at second. Whit Walters is at short. This one fouled out of play. So balls and 2 strikes. Weston Tucker's at third. Cole Wilson's out in left field. Jude Davis in center. Lane Nicolelli is in right. And Fane Pate is behind the plate. As we play here in the bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Alabama batting for the first time. That pitch just misses low and away. And it counts 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brody Smith. Smith, that little waggle on the bat, and that one he looks at as he goes down on strikes for the first out of the inning. We've seen 2 pretty impressive pitchers so far. Randy Johnson to start things for Alabama in the top of the first, and looks like Dixon Law's ready to match him. Here's Judson Bowden, the third baseman, up now. Right-hander ready. That pitch, fastball, catches the outside part of the plate. He's got a nice spot on the fastball, and he's working away from the batters so far. And the hitters for Alabama have been right up on the inside part of the batter's box. They are hugging that line. So for the pitcher, it's try to work away a little bit, and misses on that one as Dixon Law goes wide. It counts 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been a righty lineup so far for both teams. Here's the pitch. That one misses a little low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Back looking at Georgia's lineup, they have just 1 lefty. Alabama does as well. And that one misses wide. The count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Haven't had a base runner yet, but Dixon Law in a little bit of trouble here against Judson Bowden. Here's the delivery, misses wide again. He's been working outside, and he got too far outside. And there's a base on balls for Justin Bowden, who trots down to first base with a walk. Brady Jordan, the pitcher, coming up. First base runner that's actually gotten on base and stayed there. Georgia had a hit in the top of the first, but their batter unfortunately got thrown out trying to go to second base. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Dixon Law, who started out liking the outside corners, missed on the last few, either low or way outside. A little throwback over to first to keep Bowden close. Count still 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball, that one misses up, and it's 2-0. Of course, we've got Division I and Division II play here in Diamond Youth Baseball. Division II are the smaller schools or the smaller communities in their states. Division I a little bit larger, and they'll play here next week. Swing and a miss. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. In fact, their series begins August the 2nd and will run through August the 7th. And we will bring you that series as well. Division I will be here on game day, as well as this week's Division II World Series. If you're wondering a little bit about the ozone versus majors or AAA level, it's a little bit more about the distance of things. Pitches down low. And the count now, 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases are 70 feet apart at ozone. They're 60 in the majors and AAA. From home plate to second base, it's 99 feet. 84 in majors and AAA. This one a swing and a miss, and count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brandy Jordan. Closest that the outfield fence can be is 225 feet. In the other leagues, it's 200. This one lifted foul and out of play. And it stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the distance from the front of the mound to the back of the home plate is 50 feet here at ozone. It's 4 feet longer than it is at the majors and AAA. So just a little bit bigger park and a little bit bigger dimensions. And the 3-2 swung on and missed with first base occupied. A runner didn't have to go. They'll take a shot to go to second base, and reaching second is Justin Bowden. There really needed to be no throw from the catcher because first base was occupied, but it didn't matter. Strikeout for Jordan. He's the second out of the inning, and advancing down there on the throw to second is Justin Bowden. So with 2 away, it'll be extra hitter Grady Wheelis stepping in. Wheelis wearing the uniform number 00. First pitch, inside fastball for a swinging strike. Alabama's got a 00 and a 99. That would be Hudson Burkhart, right fielder. Another swing and a miss. Count no balls and 2 strikes now on Grady Wheelis. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And there's strike 3 looking to end the inning. Now Dixon Law gives up a walk, but he strikes out the side here in the first. There were no runs, no hits, and 1 man left on base. We'll take a break. We're coming back scoreless as the top of the second comes up next here on Game Day. All righty, we welcome you back as we head to the top of the second inning. The Ozone Division II 12U World Series, where Georgia and Alabama are facing off. This is a pretty good matchup in Diamond Youth Baseball. It's an amazing matchup in college football the last few years.
Go ahead.
All right, for the folks from Georgia, it'll be pitcher Dixon Law leading things off. He'll be followed by Lane Nicolelli and Taylor Justice, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, as they will match up against Brandy Johnson. Johnson struck out 2 and gave up 1 hit in the first. First pitch is wide for ball 1. Here's a swinging ball. First one we've had in play in the infield. Third baseman with it. Throw across, not in time as he pulls the first baseman off the bag. That was Judson Bowden at third with the throw across, and reaching base on the throwing error is Dixon Law. So Law on the error, and Lane Nicolelli stepping in now. This one foul for a called strike. No balls and 1 strike now on Nicolelli. Taylor Justice is in the on-deck circle. Johnson taking a good look over at first base. This one shot foul toward the on-deck circle for strike number 2. This is pool play action today. The winner of this game will move into the first game tomorrow morning. There's a strike. And that was a quick 3-pitch strikeout on Nicolelli as he goes down looking for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout for Brandy Johnson. Here's Taylor Justice up now.
Now batting number 21, Taylor Justice.
Runner still at first. Fastball called strike. Off goes the runner. Throw down to second base is not quite in time. Is getting there just ahead of the throw. Dixon Law steals the base. So the runner in scoring position. Justin's got a chance to drive in a run. Fastball way high. Count 1 ball, 1 strike on Taylor Justice. First chance for either team to get on the board. Swing and a miss. I actually got a little piece of it on the fastball. Looked like it was a ball inside. Justice took a hack at it, and now he's in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Cole Wilson, if they can keep the inning. Breaking ball, this one fouled that. It's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got a little bit of a wind here, not anything severe. It's just kind of fluttering. No balls are going to get helped by the wind, at least not this morning. That one misses, gets past the catcher, and off to third base is going to go Dixon Law. So he advances on the wild pitch. And now with a 2-2 count, Taylor Justice just get a base hit. He's going to drive in a run. That one came in at him and tried to break it back over the plate and missed. Now the count's 3 balls and 2 strikes. First base is open. Down at third is Dixon Law. Here's the pitch. Came in again on the fastball and missed it. Base on balls. First one handed out today by Randy Johnson. And now there are runners at first and third. And we're going to the first time get a look at a new pitcher. Alabama going to bring in the center fielder, it looks like. That's Case Carpenter, who's coming in to throw. So 28 pitches, it looks like, from the arm of starter Randy Johnson. And Case Carpenter is going to get a chance to take a turn on the mound. So our first pitching change. Now, not throwing anybody more than 40 pitches means they're still eligible to come back and pitch again. Carpenter going to warm up. He inherits runners at first and third and 1 away. And he's got to face Cole Wilson, the left fielder.
Go ahead.
Alabama pitches 3 for 28 or 29.
Number 3 for 29.
Yes, sir, number 3 for 29.
So Randy Johnson heading out to center field, it looks like. And Carpenter is going to come to the mound. He finishes up his warm-ups. Our umpires today, David White is the field umpire. Clay Broussard's behind the plate. So the umpire giving last instructions to Carpenter as we start a new pitch count for the new pitcher. Of course, our rules about pitching rest requirements. Can't throw more than 85 pitches in any game. If you threw less than 40, you're not required to have any rest for the next day. If you throw 41 to 65 pitches, you got to have a 36-hour layoff. And if you throw more than 66 pitches, it's got to be 2 days until you can pitch again. So first pitch to Wilson coming inside, and they're going to take second base, really looking to try to draw a throw from the catcher, Brody Smith. He wasn't having any of it as a do not contest Taylor Justice going down to second base. First pitch was a ball inside. This one, a swinging grounder towards short. Scooped up there. Throw across is in time, but a run's going to come across as Dawson Caminos throws to Carson Grantham for the out of Cole Wilson. But Wilson drives in a run. It's coming in from third is Dixon Law. And Georgia goes up to a 1-0 lead. Taylor Justice advanced to third. Breaking ball almost got Shaw Hopkins in the head. Fastball swing and a miss by Hopkins. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike. This one lifted in the air in the infield. First baseman calling it off. He'll make the catch. That's Carson Grantham, and that'll end the inning, but not before Georgia picks up the first run of the game. An RBI ground out by Cole Wilson, scoring Dixon Law to give Georgia a 1-0 lead. And that's where we are as we'll come back for the bottom of the second here on Game Day. righty, welcome back. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Georgia with a 1-0 lead, and it looks like we're going to have some defensive changes for the kids from Georgia, as it sounded like they're going to move Taylor Justice over to third base. Weston Tucker going to be replaced at third as you try to work players in and out of the defensive part of the lineup. So Taylor Justice getting a chance to play third as we start the bottom of the second inning. Alabama will send Case Carpenter, Jay Siekel, and Hudson Burkhart to face Dixon Law. 1-0 lead for the young men from Georgia. And I said the winner of this game goes into the first game, and they'll be the home team tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Go ahead.
The loser of this game will play at 2 o'clock tomorrow, also on Field 10 against either the team from Texas or the team from Virginia. All right, we're still moving around some parts apparently. So all the players are having a little discussion behind home plate. Home plate and field umpire talking with our scorer here inside the press box as they're trying to get everybody clear. Remember, we have a 90-minute time limit. We've played about 30 so far. Not sure exactly what the discussion is, but they're still going at it a little bit. On this field coming up after us today, and we are on field number 10, you're going to get the winner from Louisiana, team out of Prospect, Louisiana, and South Carolina's runner-up out of Conway. They're going to be matching up today in another pool play game, although it really has no impact. It's really more of a chance to get out on the field because it's automatic already that the South Carolina runner-up and Arkansas are going to play tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We've got 13 teams here, so an odd number. We've had to kind of make some adjustments about who's moving to where, but that game has no impact on the actual tournament bracket tomorrow. All right, so we're ready to roll. And in steps Case Carpenter. Carpenter trying to put down a bunt, and he misses.
Yeah, I hear you.
And we got strike one. And again, we'll have the pitcher step off as they're going to throw a little bit warm-up tosses. Coaches are still trying to work out whatever's going on here in the first day of this tournament. And so you may understand, give them a little latitude about trying to make sure that all the rules are right. They're used to playing in their state with their guys, and now they're coming here to the National World Series. Which, by the way, we want to certainly make a mention of the officers for Diamond Youth Baseball nationwide. These are unpaid volunteer directors. They include, out of Rogers, Arkansas, the Diamond Youth Baseball president, Kent Bruxfruit. Vice president is David Jackson out of Parkton, North Carolina. Secretary is Robert Hudgens out of Searcy, Arkansas. Treasurer is Wes Skelton from Marshall, Texas. The commissioner, William Wade out of Wetumpka, Alabama, and the deputy commissioner is Jay Bennett from Clemson, South Carolina. And the state director, since Louisiana is hosting us here, state director in Louisiana is Eric DeVille. And again, we're still spending a little time figuring things out. I don't know, I'm not privy to this conversation just yet, but we'll find out in between innings about what the delays may be.
Okay, we got it.
Of course, this week is not just the O-Zone, also the AAA and the majors are all holding their World Series here in Bossier, Louisiana. And I'm not sure what we've got. This is a little bit bizarre that we're spending so much of our time here trying to sort out, but they'll figure it out. Oh.
You're not supposed to leave it.
There you go. Great clarification. Apparently, one of the coaches, well, his team is out there on the field, not allowed to leave the dugout, and apparently did. And so now we're trying to sort that out.
All right. Your second pitch, you got 7 pitches.
We're getting a good chance to watch at people at home plate. We'll see exactly what we're doing. We're still having this dialogue about if indeed there's going to be any kind of repercussions from leaving the dugout area. They're pretty strict about that here. And of course, we understand part of the stuff here with Diamond Youth Baseball is this conversation about participation, teamwork, and sportsmanship. And that's really what the organization's trying to stress here. And we don't want coaches getting out on the field that aren't supposed to be out there. And so, well, we're still having this dialogue. Apparently the coach from Georgia now is back in his dugout. Everybody's happy, and we'll try to go on. Now, I won't say everybody's happy, but at least everybody's placated at the moment. There's a pitch, and that's outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Fastball, this one hit back toward the shortstop, scooped up there. Whit Walters with the throw across in time, and there's your first out of inning number 2. This case, Carpenter grounds out after a bit of a discussion. And here's Chase Yackel coming up now. Yackel, the only left-hander in the Alabama lineup. Here's the pitch. This one a swing and a miss for strike 1.
I'm not going to keep the pitch count, and I went by what they had more than.
No balls and 1 strike. Base is empty. This one foul tipped, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now to Yackel. As they are working here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Georgia with the 1-0 lead. Count no balls, 2 strikes now to Yackel. Here's the pitch on the way. This one fouled out of play. They'll do it again. Not supposed to get terribly warm today, and in fact, probably going to be temperate weather through about Saturday or Sunday. This one came behind the batter. Just about got Yackel, who's now in the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. But it's going to be hot next week. Monday, Tuesday, we're going to be probably ramping up to about 95 or 96 degrees. Oh, good pitch on the outside part of the plate as Yackel goes down looking. That is the 4th strikeout for Dixon Law. And there's 2 outs here in the inning, as Law has thrown his 28th pitch of the game. In steps right fielder Hudson Burkhart. Nobody on. First pitch, whoa, sailed all the way back. Home plate umpire almost got dinged in the ear by that one. Pitch is way inside and high for ball 1. Burkhart ready. Here's the delivery. That one down low. 2 balls, no strikes. The Alabama mom that I talked to when I asked about the community said we have a stoplight. Okay. She said she said we have 1 red light. I said, does it turn green? She said once in a while. Here's the pitch at 2-0. Caught the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Bronner Deal waiting on deck for the Alabama squad. That's another one right on the outside part of the plate. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Burkhart. With 2 outs here in the inning. Base is empty. Catcher setting up outside. They're trying to go there, and he fouls this one off to stay alive. Still 2-2. Dixon Law, 4 strikeouts. 3 of them have been looking. He's fooled Alabama batters on that 3rd strike a few times. He's given up 1 walk and 1 ground out to the shortstop. Here's the delivery, missed wide. And now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Law set. Here comes the pitch. Inside, missed ball 4. 2nd walk now. As Burkhart trots down to first base with 2 outs. And Bronner Deal comes up. Deal's playing second base. He's got that open stance. Gonna lean back that weight as the pitch misses outside for ball 1. Infield, normal depth. Outfield straight away. Here's a pitch. This one fouled out of play. We'll go 1 ball, 1 strike on Deal. Shortstop Dawson Caminos is waiting on deck. Law set, and here comes a pitch. Runner taken off from first. This one's lifted into the air in center. It'll drive the center fielder back and over his head. Jude Davis can't get to it. Coming around third, and we're going to have a tie ball game. As scoring from first is Burkhart, and we are evened up at 1 on the RBI single by Bronner Deal. Well, big 2-out walk and then 2-out single. And Alabama's tied this game up. And on that 38th pitch, head coach for Georgia actually sent Andrew Tucker, the pitching coach, out, and they're going to switch pitchers. So before he made the 40th pitch, they're going to remove Dixon Law from the game. And coming in is Weston Tucker. He had been playing third base last inning. They replaced him at third with Taylor Justice, and now Weston Tucker's going to the mound. So the line on Dixon Law so far, because he's still got the responsibility for the base runner at first, but he struck out 4, he walked 1, gave up 1 hit, and at the moment 1 run. He officially went 1 2/3 innings. So Tucker, another right-hander, finishing up his warm-ups, and we'll get back to action here. I think innings taking a little bit of time because of the delay with the discussion about the coach out of the dugout. So we're at about 45 minutes, about halfway through our time limit. All right, umpires talk to the new pitcher. We're about ready to roll. So Bronner Deal standing at first base. And the shortstop coming up, Dawson Caminos. Throw over to first as it drives back Bronner Deal. And again, same thing holds for the Alabama pitcher we saw in the last half inning, Brandy Johnson. Did not go 40 pitches, did Dixon Law, which means he's still eligible to throw tomorrow. Fastball, this one hit in the air. Center fielder came in a couple of steps. He settles up underneath it, and Jude Davis grabs that one off the bat of Caminos to end the inning. But not before Alabama ties this game. There was 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on. Coming back with a tie ball game, 1-1 as we return after the break for the top of the 3rd here on Game Day. All righty, welcome back. Top of the 3rd inning, we've got a tied-up ball game between Georgia and Alabama. Georgia coming back to the plate. And let's see if we got any changes. Case Carpenter still on the mound for Alabama, so no change there. I think they made a couple of defensive adjustments, though. Here's the first pitch on the way. Fastball outside is Weston Tucker leading things off, the only lefty in the Georgia lineup. He'll be followed by Gray Suggs and Brady Carroll. This one fouled out of play. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Carpenter, the second Alabama pitcher. And this one lifted foul as it slices out of the reach along that left field line to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, it's a good-looking pitch, but just a little bit high for Tucker. Carpenter just missed. That one misses wide. Count 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Well, that was actually 3-2. I missed a strike in there. It's Weston Tucker goes down swinging for the first out of this 3rd inning. So Case Carpenter's coming in relief. Got the job done to start this top of the 3rd inning, and here's Gray Suggs now, extra hitter.
Now batting number 15, Gray Suggs.
I believe Alabama's moved Jace Yakel over to right field. There's a swing and a miss for Hudson Burkhart. Breaking ball with a nice little bite to it as Suggs watched that one go by. And the count's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fastball just got a piece to stay alive. Well, maybe he didn't get a piece of it. He gets tagged out instead as he goes down on strikes for out number 2. Carpenter spinning off a nice little breaking ball. Not a bad fastball as well. And now the number 11 hitter in the lineup, Brady Carroll, coming up.
Now batting number 1, Brady Carroll.
Swings to the first pitch and kind of cue balls that down the first base line foul for strike 1. Game picking up a little bit now. Carpenter, fast worker, ground ball toward 3rd. 2 hopper, grabbed up by Bowden. Throw across the infield in time. And that's how the top of the 3rd's going to end. A 1-2-3 inning for Case Carpenter, who shuts down Georgia with no runs, no hits, and nobody left on. After 2.5 innings, we'll come back for the bottom of the 3rd. Alabama and Georgia knotted up at 1. You're on Game Day. We've got little changes going on in the defense for Georgia, but we'll start with Carson Grantham leading things off for Alabama. He's the number 10 hitter in the Alabama lineup. Wes Tucker starts him off with a pitch a little bit low. For ball one, it'll be Grantham, Colin Mims, and then back to the top of the order, Brody Smith. That's a fastball strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grantham, the first baseman. And he misses wide on the pitch. Two balls and a strike. Comes back with a swinging strike. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Carson Grantham batting from that right side. That was a pretty good windup by Wes Tucker. A little low on the pitch that time. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, this is the 12 and under league. You can be 12, you can be 11. This one poked towards center field, and on the run coming in, Jude Davis makes the catch for out number 1. Davis with 2 straight putouts now. He had 1 to end the second inning and 1 to start the third. And Alabama's got 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning as Colin Mims, number 11 hitter, steps into the plate. Tucker working quickly, delivers one right on the outside part of the plate. I think Shaw Hopkins has moved to catcher, if I'm seeing that right. Looks like it for Fane Pate. Trying to work everybody in on the defensive side. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. And Mims now in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hopkins almost loses his cap on the windup. Pitch low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody bats in Ozone all the way around. No matter how many you've got, 12, 11, they all bat. And then you go back to the top of the order as that pitch misses wide. And now we got 3 balls and 2 strikes. And everybody's supposed to be worked in to get a chance to field as well. Hopkins behind the plate. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed for the second out of the inning. So, tell you what, the Weston Tucker's coming to this game and did a nice job. Back to the top now, Brody Smith, who struck out looking to lead off this game against starting pitcher Dixon Law, steps in. First pitch misses wide for ball 1. Good breaking ball. This one slicing toward right field. That is going to get down, fair ball. And it'll be a 2-out single for Brody Smith. So Smith 1 for 2 this morning. And Justin Bowden coming up. Bowden walked and got stranded at second base back in the first. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. Tie ball game at 1 if you're just hopping on with us. Fastball high for ball 1. If you're out there watching, give us a shout out. Tell us who you are and where you're from. And who's your player that you're watching. We're building a community here. We want to see who you are. Fastball high and inside. And count 2 balls, no strikes. This is third baseman Justin Bowden up there. A good lead by Brody Smith over at first. And Weston Tucker sees that and drives him right back to first base, wasting no time. High with the pitch again. Now the count 3 balls and no strikes. Getting to the heart of the lineup here. Tucker needs to be a little careful. Even though he's got 2 outs. Pitch to Bowden. Nope, missed ball 4. So Bowden's walked twice in the game now. Smith trots down to second base. And here's the number 3 hitter. He's our starting pitcher for Alabama, Brandy Jordan, rather. He struck out in the first against Colin Law, but now he's got, or Dixon Law rather, now he's got to face Tucker. All right, so runners at first and second, 2 outs, bottom of the third. Big matchup here between Tucker on the mound and Jordan at the plate. Fastball first pitch, fouled right back. Boy, Jordan was on it, just a little bit underneath it. And that's strike 1. And it's strike 2 as he fouls off another one. No balls, 2 strikes to Randy Jordan with 2 outs here in the third. Alabama looking to take their first lead of this game. Here comes Tucker's pitch. This one lifted right back to the mound. Tucker's going to grab it, and that's all she wrote for Alabama here in the third as Randy Jordan pops out to the pitcher. And Alabama gets no runs. There were no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 men left on base. Alabama has left on 4 through 3 innings, and we'll go to the top of the 4th, all tied up at 1. You're watching Ozone Diamond Youth Baseball here on Game Day. Alrighty, welcome back.
And 8 for 99.
We are getting some changes again as Alabama goes back out in the field. Georgia's going to bring up the number 12 hitter in their lineup. It's Jude Davis to lead things off, then back around to the top of the order. 1-1 ball game. Jude Davis, Whit Walters, and Fane Pate face Alabama's second pitcher, Case Carpenter's come in and done a nice job in relief. This is a 10 o'clock start time. They're supposed to be done by 11:30, and that brings us to the second game on this field, which if you are staying with our broadcast on field number 10, we will have the matchup between the folks from Louisiana and the runner-up from South Carolina. Of course, going on over on field 9 right now, Florida's taking on North Carolina. And South Carolina is going to get the host, Vivian, Louisiana, at the 11:30 game. I say 11:30. They're probably going to be a little bit later than that. Things scheduled kind of tight, but it really never goes exactly according to schedule. All right, here's Jude Davis to lead off the 4th inning for Georgia. First pitch from Case Carpenter, a little bit low, ball 1. Carpenter, the second Alabama pitcher. As this one grounded toward first base, 2-hopper, scooped up over there. And Carson Grantham takes that unassisted for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order for Georgia. Whit Walters, the shortstop, leading off. He struck out to to start the game. First pitch, swing and a miss as he leaned across the plate at a pitch outside from Carpenter. It's like Hudson Burkhart's moved back into right field for Alabama. Bunt put down this time, but right back to the mound. Carpenter fields it, makes the throw in time. A little contact there, but did not affect the play any as Walters goes down on the bunt attempt for out number 2. And here's Fane Pate coming up now. Pate struck out himself back in the first.
Now batting, Fane Pate.
Well, good pitch. Carpenter catches one on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Been lucky so far this morning. The rain's held off. We'll see if we get that way all the way through the day as Pate takes a swing at one inside. And now he's in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. That one just misses low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quickly to work. Carpenter misses low and outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one fouled back to the screen, so we'll stay 2-2. Georgia with 1 run. They've gotten 1 hit. Alabama 1 run. They've gotten 2 hits. Georgia's left 1 runner on base. Alabama's left on 4 so far. Ooh, just misses a little bit outside. They count at 2-2. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning as Carpenter strikes out Payne for the 3rd out of inning number 4. No runs, no hits, nobody left on. We'll come back for the bottom of the 4th inning with Alabama coming to the plate, tied up at 1 with Georgia. Here on the Diamond Youth Baseball Ozone Division II World Series. You're watching it on Game Day. All right, welcome back to Game Day. Chuck Zach along with you. It's game 1 of our pool play. Georgia and Alabama this morning. A couple of defensive changes in right field. Georgia has moved Gray Suggs out onto the field, and at first base, Landon Reeves takes a seat as what had been the starting pitcher, Dixon Law, comes back out and plays the bag at first. All right, for Alabama, it's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the lineup. Grady Wheelis, Case Carpenter, and Chase Yacles. They face Georgia's second pitcher today. Weston Tucker is out here for another inning. Tucker came in relief back in the 2nd. First pitch fouled out for strike number 1. Tucker ready. Good breaking ball. This one lifted to right field. Going back and dropping the ball. It was Suggs had a glove on, it couldn't hang on, and that will be an error on the right fielders. We've got our first base runner here in the 4th. The first time in the game Alabama's gotten a leadoff runner or batter in an inning on base. So Wheelis is on first. Case Carpenter at the plate. They show bunt. He puts a beautiful one down. First base side. No play at first base. And the runner's going to be safe. Infield single on the bunt by Case Carpenter. And now with nobody out, runners at first and second. And here's Jace Yackel, who struck out looking back in the second inning. Alabama threatening here in inning number 4. I went to pitch a little bit high for strike 1. Weston Tucker on the mound, trying to work out of a little jam here in the 4th. This one fouled back. And now the count's no balls, 2 strikes. Yake will make contact here. He may drive in a run. Give Alabama their first lead of this game. Swing on right past the umpire. Great play by the shortstop to keep it from getting through. Diving stop by Walters. He just couldn't make a play and get up and throw it anywhere, but he saved a run. It's an infield single by Yackel. But Walters saves a run, smothering that ball. It almost got the field umpire, David White. But bases are loaded now with Alabama base runners. And here's Hudson Burkhart. Burkhart scored the only run of the game for Alabama. He walked in the second and ended up scoring, and he takes a swing and a pitch high for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Bases loaded with Alabama base runners. This one ground ball to second. Only play is going to be 2 second. Relay on the double play in time. 1 run scores. Here comes no throw back to the plate, and a second run comes in to score as Carpenter got in to make it 2 runs coming across in that exchange. Wheel has scored from third to start things, and Carpenter just kept on going all the way around as Yackel got doubled off. So they'll make that a 4-6-3 double play. Bases are empty, but 2 runs come in to score for Alabama as they take a 3-1 lead. And here's a ground ball towards short. Walters with it, throw across a little high as he airmails one, and Bronner Deal's going to get on base on the error by the shortstop. Walters, who's made a couple of really good plays in this game, threw that one a little bit high over to first, and with 2 away, Alabama gets another runner on. Dawson Caminos up. Caminos flew out to center his first time. Foul tips that one for strike 1. Three to 1 Alabama. They put 2 runs across here in the 4th. Tucker's pitch. This one lifted toward the second baseman, right into the glove of Shaw Hopkins to end the inning. But Alabama gets 2 runs, courtesy of a couple of hits, an error, and 1 man left on base. It's 3-1 Alabama as we take a break. We're coming back top of the 5th here on Game Day. All right, we welcome you back. Top of the 5th inning.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
3-1 Alabama with the lead over Georgia. Trying to convey to the home plate umpire how many minutes are left in this. About 19 minutes left before we reach the 90-minute limit.
99 for 8.
All right, for Georgia, it'll be Landon Reeves leading things off.
29 for double up, 99 for 8.
Yes, sir. 29 for 7 and 99.
Landon Reeves, Dixon Law, and Lane Nicolelli to bat for Georgia, trailing 3-1 now. And Alabama making some more defensive adjustments. I didn't catch all of those, but I think our official scorekeeper did. All right, Reeves up now. And the pitch to him bounces in there. Case Carpenter still on the mound for Alabama. As he throws his 26th pitch so far. Reeves singled in the first and got thrown out trying to stretch that into a double. He swings and fouls one back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carpenter's been on the mound since the second. That one came in and hit the batter. So Reeves trots down to first base, having gotten hit by a pitch. That's our first hit batter of the game as Reeves goes down to first base. And here's Dixon Law. Law reached on an error by the third baseman, scored the only run of the game for Georgia. Happened in the second inning. He stole a base, reached third on a wild pitch, and scored on Cole Wilson's RBI ground out. This one popped up in foul territory, coming back behind the plate, and catcher could not just quite make a grab on it, so it's just a strike. All right, ball was fouled back, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Dixon Law. And that one misses. 2-1. Fastball, that's a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carpenter now across the 30 pitch mark. You figure he's probably, again, going to be stopped before he gets to 40 as that one's fouled off again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Getting a little bit darker here all of a sudden. Wind has picked up as it's blowing out towards center field, and a little bit of a cloud front seems to be threatening over the top of us. This one's ground ball right back to the pitcher, knocks it down. Carpenter to second base to retire the runner trying to advance for the first out of the inning. Law's going to reach base on a fielder's choice, so no hit on that. And there's 1 away now, and Alabama's coach coming out. I think he may be making a decision about his pitcher. Yeah, he's got 33. It's kind of the game right now. You want to make sure nobody gets that 40 pitch mark, so they're all eligible to throw again tomorrow. So that's all they're going to allow from the arm of Case Carpenter as he finishes up 1 out here in this 5th inning. And Alabama's going to make a pitching change. Let's see if they'll tell us in a minute who they're bringing to the mound. Looks like number 9 for Alabama. Number 9 is Colin Mims. So Mims would be the 3rd pitcher of record for Alabama today. Carpenter finished off with 33 pitches. So again, he's safe. He stays under the number.
Go ahead.
Alabama started 9 for 3 pitcher.
So Colin Mims, another right-hander, will come to the mound and work here in the 5th inning. Now we're running close to time. We got about 14 minutes left before this game will run out of time. Now we're playing in the top of the 5th inning. Alabama with a 3-1 lead. They scored 1 run in the second and 2 more in the 4th. Georgia with their sole run coming across in the second inning. It's getting a little darker. Not necessarily unhappy about being on an inside press box today. Normally I like to set up outside and be there with the sounds and smells of what's happening out there. Not today. This is a little bit threatening today. Yeah, we're right by, of course, Barksdale Military Base here, and you can hear the planes flying over as one just buzzed us here a second ago. All right, Mims finishing up his warm-ups. And he will face Lane Nicolelli. There's one out in the inning. Base runner at first is Dixon Law. Georgia down 3-1. First pitch called strike. And tell you what, taking off for second was Dixon Law. Alabama kind of fell asleep a little bit, and he stole second base on him. Pitch to Nicolelli. This one fouled off. So it's 2 pitches now from the arm of Colin Mims. One ball, one strike. Mims looking around the umpire to see that runner. Whoa, he airmailed this one way back. It bounced off the facade and came almost right back to the pitcher, but not before Dixon Law takes third base on the wild pitch. This is the same thing that happened in the second. He got on a fielder's choice this time, stole second base, reached third on a wild pitch. Back in the second, he reached on an error, stole second base, got to third on a wild pitch. Good play that time by the catcher. Brody Smith does a nice job keeping that one from getting around him. 3 balls and a strike. Swung on and fouled right back behind home plate. So it's 3 balls and 2 strikes for Lane Nicolelli. Taylor Justice is the on-deck hitter. Here's a 3-2. Got him on the outside corner for strike 3. Nicolelli goes down on strikes for the second time this morning. And with 2 outs, here's Taylor Justice. Runner still down at third base. Justice walked and ended up stuck at third base his first time up. Ooh, good pitch inside part of the plate. Colin Mims, good fastball inside. Missed low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Wilson waits on deck for Georgia. And the pitch. Missed a little low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mims set. Here's the delivery. Swung on, got a little piece of it, but it's 2-2. Pretty important at bat right now for Taylor Justice in Georgia. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. Colin Mims comes in relief and gets the job done as he strikes out the 2 batters he faces to end this 5th inning. 3-1 the score. Alabama with the lead. The kids from Alabama coming up to bat in the bottom of the inning. When we return, we'll take a quick break here on Game Day. center field as the rain starts to fall. That's Carson Grantham with a base hit to open up the 5th inning. And it's going to be a rainy day, and here's the first sign of the showers. We talked about it a little less than 10 minutes ago. We hadn't had any rain yet. Well, now we've got some. Pitch comes inside and high to Mims. He's the number 11 hitter in the lineup. Struck out his only at bat in the 3rd inning. So Taylor Justice, 3rd pitcher for Georgia this morning. Another one inside as he misses. 2 balls, no strikes to Colin Mims. Carson Grantham at first base. Alabama with a 3-1 lead as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Another one inside. 3 straight inside. And poor Taylor Justice. He's been playing the whole game, and every other pitcher's had a dry baseball. He comes in and has a wet one to deal with, and he walks on 4 pitches. The number 11 hitter, Colin Mims. So a single and a base hit to open this inning. And we're back around to Brody Smith in the top of the order for Alabama. Smith struck out in the 1st, singled in the 3rd. And another one inside. Right now, if you're Alabama, you're making Taylor Justice throwing over the plate, and Taylor wants a new baseball. That one got a little too wet for him. Of course, the rain's not going to be a problem on the field. We've got field turf here. Should not be a problem. Shouldn't pool up unless it rains really hard. This field's a good drainage. It's a good complex here. Pitch down low for ball 2. Runners thought about moving up and the last second decided to scamper back to their bag. As long as we don't have lightning, we'll be okay. Two balls, no strikes. Make it 3-0 is a little bit low. Three and 0 count. We'll see if they're going to let Smith swing or is he looking? It doesn't matter. Pitches inside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks after a leadoff single, and Alabama's got the bases loaded with nobody out here in the 5th. And that gets Georgia's coach out in a hurry, and I think we're going to be switching pitchers early. So Taylor Justice threw to 3 batters. Problem right now is if you're Georgia, any time you're taking, you don't have much left on the clock. There's only 4 minutes left on the clock. You've got nobody out and bases loaded. And they're going to make a pitching change, and it looks like it's going to be Whit Walters, the shortstop, coming in to pitch. So he becomes the 4th Georgia pitcher in the game. And he's got to face the 2, 3, 4 hitters with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the 5th inning. And the clock may be about to run out on Georgia here in game 1. Georgia got out to a 1-0 lead as they scored in the 2nd inning. Alabama matched that in the bottom of the 2nd. We stayed 1-1 until the bottom of the 4th when Alabama picked up a couple of runs in that inning, and now here in the 5th, they are threatening to blow this thing open. Whit Walters finishing up his warm-up tosses now. And we'll wait for him to deliver his last couple. He throws that one all the way back to the backstop. And he's again fighting with a wet baseball. You can see him wiping his hands on his pants, trying to keep his hands dry, or at least that pitching hand dry. Again, it's bad timing for the Georgia pitchers. This game went dry the entire way until the bottom of this inning. And then both Taylor Justice and now Whit Walters have to deal with a wet baseball. All right, we're ready. Here's Justice Bowden. Walked twice. First pitch from Walters. Yeah, that's called strike. Pitch total only, I think, 8 is all that we saw from Taylor Justice. So he's still available. Whoa, way high and inside. This one back to the backstop, coming in from third and scoring will be Grantham to make it a 4-1 lead. He scores on the wild pitch. Other runners both move up as well, so first base is open. But it's now a 4-1 Alabama lead. The rain backing off a little bit now. 1 ball, no strikes. Make it 2-0. Oh, 2-1, excuse me. Well, Wilt Walters in a tough spot. Here's the pitch. That came inside and got Bowden in the back. He's been on base all 3 times. That one's kind of uncomfortable, though. He walked twice and got hit in the back, and bases are loaded again for Alabama. With about a minute left of our allotted time. Stepping in, Randy Jordan. Jordan has struck out and popped out. Bases loaded again for Alabama. Fastball outside, ball 1. Okay. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike. And time officially has expired. They're going to finish the at-bat here. And then that'll be the end of it. So it'll be Randy Jordan will be the final batter of this first game as he swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alabama's about to win game 1. They're going to move into the first game tomorrow morning. And that one goes behind the batter. Another run's going to come in to score. Sliding in a little awkwardly, Colin Mims hit that wet plate and skidded a little bit on it. But he scores on the wild pitch. And now it's a 5-1 Alabama lead, and they're going to call it right there. That's how it's going to end. So Alabama takes the first game of our Division II Under-12 Ozone World Series pool play action. 2 runs come across for Alabama here in the 5th. Alabama ended up with the 2 runs. Got 1 hit in the inning. There were 2 walks and a hit batter. And Alabama is going to beat Georgia 5-1 in the opener. And so for Alabama, they will move into the 10 o'clock game tomorrow. And then will be the home team tomorrow. Georgia will, let's see, they will move into the 2 o'clock game tomorrow. And they will get either the team out of Texas or the team out of Virginia. And those 2 teams are going to play at 1 o'clock this afternoon. All right, our final score was 5-1, Alabama with the win. As they take game 1, Alabama ended up with 5 runs on 5 hits. Georgia 1 run and got just the 1 hit in the game today. The only hit for Georgia was the, let's see, second inning hit. Where'd they get their hit? think they got one in the second inning. That's all they got was one hit in the first inning. Landon Reeves singled and then got thrown out trying to stretch it to second. So 5-1 the score. That's how game one's going to end. We're going to take a quick little timeout. We'll get ready for game number 2 on our field as the World Series continues. In game 2 for us this morning, we'll be featuring the team out of Prospect, Louisiana against the team out of Conway, South Carolina. You've been watching